just looking in, thinking about what could have been. It's a rather peculiar way to feel. Gotta stay strong and know how to deal with people and places blowing by. Talk that turns secret into lie. Many a bridge been burned to get to this point. Looking at me, looking at you, wondering just what is left to do. May have been wrong, so what if I am? Both know I'm a better kind of a man. Making a mess of life itself, but putting a past one on the shelf. Despite lack of clarity today, everything's fine, just lead the way to castles and mansions in the sky, beyond where the talk turned into lie. A point you can't even reach if you wanted to. Looking at me, looking at you, wondering just what is left to do. May have been wrong, so what if I am? Both know I'm a better kind of a man. Looking at me, looking at you, wondering just what is left to do. May have been wrong, so what if I am? Both know I'm a better kind of a man. There's a chance that we might meet again, you just don't ever know. Until then, you can plant a flower, sit and watch it grow. Life is short, bitterness won't do you any good at all. So goodbye, I will catch you later, even catch you when you fall. Looking at me, looking at you, wondering just what is left to do. May have been wrong, so what if I am? Both know I'm a better kind of a man. Looking at me, looking at you, wondering just what is left to do. May have been wrong, so what if I am? I'm a better kind of a man.
The Hazy Radio Network proudly presents the show that brings all points of view together. There's the view from the left, the view from the right, the view from the middle, and then there's the broader view. Your take on any topic of discussion is welcome. Now, here are your hosts, Belle Salisbury and the lady who puts the Z in talk radio, Hazy.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Broader View. I am your host, Hazy, and with me is my lovely and adorable co-host, Belle Salisbury. Belle, welcome.
Thank you. So good to be here.
I hope so. How are you?
I'm good. I've just been dragging today. Have you felt that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the time change. I don't know if it's the weather. I'm not quite sure what it is. But yeah, I was kind of off a little bit all day today. Kind of takes that little bit to get caught back up.
I'm so tired today. I don't understand. I'm usually, chipper and up, and I just feel like I'm floating.
Okay, well, get up from your desk, take your headphones off, run around the room, do some jumping jacks. We'll wait.
That's too much like work.
But I don't know. Does the time change affect you when you have to
You
adjust
know,
things back and forth?
I don't recall that it ever really has, that it affected my sleep pattern or anything. That's why I wonder if it's just maybe the ascending energies that we're experiencing here.
It could very well be. I mean, it could be
May
another
have been,
combination of things.
yeah, an escalation of energy that has grabbed hold of me.
Hmm. But yeah, at work today, you've got your computer and I've got a clock radio there, and I thought my clock radio did the automatic time change, but no. So I was looking at two clocks and going, why am I not on time for these things? And I realized the clock hadn't changed. Yeah.
You have
So it was
to
one
turn
of
them on.
those going, are you coming to this meeting? Oh yeah, it is my meeting, isn't it? But, sorry, I dropped my blanket. We have to have my blanket on. It's chilly up here, too. Even though I've got the heat on in the house, it's still that spring damp air that kind of gets into your bones.
Yeah,
We're getting
yeah.
old, Bill.
Well, not me.
Not you? No. Okay, I am. I'll admit it.
No, trust me. I had my little grandbabies, the 3 and 4-year-olds, and I went to get up out of my chair, and my knees have been sore, and so I was like, oh man, it hurts. My little 4-year-old goes, Nana, you getting old? I looked at him. I was like, no.
Uh, and did he go, oh, okay.
He just goes, okay.
Okay, and wanders away. I know.
Yeah.
Remember when we were young, when we thought like 40 was old?
Oh, honey, I remember thinking 30 was old. In fact, when I turned 25, I was so depressed.
Oh, no.
So I was old.
And now you say, I wish I were 25 again.
Yeah.
I know. Would you ever want to go back to a particular time in your life and do it over again or relive it just because it was your favorite time?
Yeah, but I'd like to go back with the wisdom I have today
Oh, isn't that the truth, though?
and do things a little differently.
Isn't
Well,
that the
okay, a
truth?
lot differently. My guy just goes, a little?
A little, a lot. Yeah,
A l-
those
yeah.
silly, nonsensical things that we do when we're growing
Yeah,
up.
'cause, we think we're, so intelligent and we know it all until we get there and realize we didn't know squat.
Yeah. We should have listened to our parents back then, right?
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but yeah, I should have many times over.
Yeah. Do you ever hear your mom's voice in your head going, I told you so? I warned you.
Or when my mom said that she hoped I ended up having kids just like me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
my immediate response was, I won't. Before I realized that I was actually agreeing with her that I was a terrible kid. I will not.
I will not. You can't make me. I know. I think of that. My mom always looked at my sisters when they had kids, and said, I took care of you guys until you got married and had your kids.
Mhm.
Find someone else to watch your kids.
My mom did the same thing. She was not a babysitter.
She was not. Mom did not want to babysit the grandbabies.
No. But I figure this. My mother raised 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes by herself because my father was military and he was
Yeah.
always PDY and he was always, gone, in Vietnam, 2 tours and Korea. He was always gone. So she pretty much handled us by herself. So I kind of understand
Mm-hmm.
where she was coming from with that, I raised my kids, y'all can raise your own, but, and I remember saying that I would never do that to my children. And of course now I have 5 grandkids and we love having them come over
Yeah.
and we love seeing them go home.
I love seeing them go home, exactly. And how long did they stay with you when they were living there?
A little over 6 months.
Okay. So it was a little bit of a while. Are you
Yeah.
going through the separation pangs?
We did there for the first few weeks, we missed missed them terribly because we had a routine going, and I remember the day after they had moved out into their own home. I was walking through the living room to my office, and my husband goes, "Hey, honey," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "It's quiet in here." I said, "I know, huh?"
Yeah.
It was too quiet.
And boredom, because you had the little ones that were home. So, they were under your feet all the time.
And they keep you occupied. It's amazing. But they know that Nana always keeps treats for the kids. We always have cookies here, or lollipops, or ice cream, and it's the first thing they say when they come in the house. "Nana, I want a cookie." "Nana, I want ice cream." Or we have apples or bananas. And they know that whenever we know they're coming, we've always got that supply available to them, and that's the first thing they ask for.
Yeah. So
And tonight
they hardly even say hi. It's where's the treats?
Well, they do come running in and give us hugs. They're all happy to see us, and then the next thing out of their mouth is, "Can they have something?" Like tonight, we told the kids that we invited all of the kids, Mommy and the kids, over for pizza because we were going to order pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And RJ, my 4-year-old, says, "I don't like pizza."
Oh.
And I said, "Well, too bad, Bucko, because that's what we're having." And we ordered the pizza, and we got them, the kids, we got them cheese pizza with extra cheese because, they like the cheese.
Yeah.
That kiddo ate 3 pieces of pizza. The whole
But he doesn't
pizza.
like it.
3 pieces. I can barely get through 1 piece.
I know,
of
I'm
pizza.
the same way.
And he ate 3 of them. 3. I was like, holy cow. That leg.
And did you look at him and say, "I thought you said you didn't like pizza"?
Yeah, I did, actually. And he goes, "Yeah, I do."
Oh,
And
it's
I'm
kind of
"Well,
like, you never said that.
Yeah, you told me earlier that you didn't want pizza."
Yeah.
He goes, "I changed my mind."
He liked that pizza.
Cheese pizza, yeah, because he'll pick the cheese off first, and then he'll eat the crust part of it afterwards. That's second.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so what's new in your world for the last week, other than
It's
busyness?
actually been kind of quiet. The first couple weeks of the month are my lull weeks where, I do my planning or I do catch up on things that, I must get done that I've put on hold while I was assembling the magazine and now the show guide. So I'm real excited about that.
Isn't it great?
Mm-hmm.
That show guide is just spectacular.
It's just got all kinds. Each month is just going to get better and better with all new additions into the guide.
Yeah. Well, we actually have a team together now
Mm-hmm.
that are going to
Great
help us, concentrate on different features and different aspects of it. And we had our little first team meeting last week and came up with actually some new things that we want to have added in. We're going to even try to get them implemented into the April issue. So, this thing is going to kind of keep on. We're going to keep it condensed, but I can't wait for people to see what's even coming up in this.
And we ended up, I should say, we started out calling it a show guide,
Right?
but what it's becoming is an entertainment guide.
So we're going to change the name.
Yeah, because
Lazy
it's
entertainment.
not just listing all the shows every day of what shows are upcoming, but there's features and there's book review. There's your astrology through the moons method.
And,
the moons. Lunar scope.
Yeah, and something that's really exciting is that Michael John Fierro is going to be coming in and doing numerology.
Numerology column where you can write in.
Yeah, but it's not going to be your typical numerology. That's what I think is so cool. Where they list all the lucky numbers and the numbers to stay away from, your favorite color, thing like that. It's actually going to be like an advice column. So all you do is you send in and I'll have to get his email, and I'll post the particulars on the network website. But you're going to email your name and your birth date in, and he will write a specific answer to the question that you pose in the email.
Yeah, and like he explained not too long ago when we had him on the show, was it Monday night we had him on the show? He